We are celebrating World Environment Week, and today in the Department of Statistics, University of Jammu, I have the first ever interaction with you students and scholars. The trees which I would focus, they are growing in your department's vicinity, and the very first tree under which we are standing in this scorching heat is native Indian tree. Oldest Sanskrit name is Saptparni, and from Saptparni, Hindi name Satpatiya, and from that the Dogri name Satpatra stands derived. This particular tree has been named as Indian scholar tree. Why Indian scholar tree? Because there has been the tradition in India to recognize the graduate and postgraduate students' convocation when chancellor used to offer the leaves of this tree during the convocation ceremony as a you can say just to connect to our Indian ethos, where this particular tree has remained associated with learning and education. So it was named as Indian scholar tree. In fact, its wood was used for blackboard making in the schools, the wooden blackboards. So it has an alternative name as Indian blackboard tree or Indian scholar tree. And this particular reference of using its wood for blackboard making, and that way it has made many intellectuals or scholars educated and world famous. Its species was also named as Sucoloris, and the genus name Elstonia is after a professor, Elston, who was working in Edinburgh University, UK, Europe. But the oldest name before Carolus Linnaeus started binomial nomenclature, the tree has already been named in Sanskrit as Saptparna. So in Indian culture, history, painting, it has already been included, introduced, and it is known to our painters who have painted its leaves. Leaves are peculiar, they grow in whorls. Seven is the common number, but you may find the leaves growing in a whorl of 8 or 6 also, but 7 is the mean, so it has been named as Saptparna, Satpatiya, Satpatra. And in fact, its bark is very bitter, as bitter as is Cinchona, Kuni. So it has also been recommended by the Ayurveda practitioners and Unani practitioners and folk healers to be used as a substitute for quinine tree as anti-malarial drug, and taking the lead of having its utility to treat the fevers, especially the malarial fevers. This particular tree, its bark stands included in a Ayush formulation, tablets which are anti-malarial tablets and popularly named as Ayush 64. But in this Ayush 64, they have not taken only the bark of this tree, Elstonia scolaris, they have also added the seed powder of another medicinal climber, that is Sasalpinia bondak or Lata Karanj or Dadur, we call in Dogri, and its fever nut climber, its seeds powder is used as one of the ingredient along with the bark of Elstonia scholaris, and two other ingredients which is included for the formulation of Ajush 64 tablets. They are, one is Charaita, the whole plant is used, and fourth ingredient which is included is Picrorhiza or Katuki. In Dogri we call it cowd. So cowd, Charaita, Satpatiya ka bark shawl, and Sasalpenia bondak or Lata Karanj beach. They are all included in the formulation in the ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. and its bark contains alkaloids, detamine, aketamine, detane, and they are also used are recommended for the treatment of various diarrheal diseases, stomach troubles. Even leaf decoction is useful in wound healing and for the treatment of various skin ailments. The flowers appear in uh, Diwali time and they are quite fragrant. As fragrant, sometimes we can say it is just like Raat ki Rani ki Sugandh. Elstonia scholaris is Indian tree and it has great rich folklore, especially in Vishwa Bharati, where its leaves were given to the scholars who had got the some milestones and degrees were awarded. So in Vishwa Bharati, Shantiniketan, it has already been revered, this particular tree, and this is growing as a evergreen shade tree and has been planted in Jammu city. Otherwise, it is not native to Jammu forest, although it is native to northeast and southeast India. It is also found in China and many places in Southeast Asia. Another tree which I will refer, and it is lofty tree in the Jammu University campus, which you see on both sides of this road. This is Buddha's coconut tree. Why coconut? Coconut is Cocos nucifera, which grows in along the sea coast, and we are seeing these days the fresh green coconuts for butter. It is available in Jammu, but the tree doesn't grow here. This particular tree, why named as Buddha's coconut? Because its fruits look superficially as if they are coconut, brownish color, woody capsules. So it has been, and even in Theravada Buddhism, there has been a reference that even Lord Buddha got enlightenment. First Buddha got enlightenment under this tree, so that's religious connotation has earned it the name as Buddha's coconut tree. This is one of the tallest tree in Jammu, although introduced here, but this grows naturally in eastern India and South India. Earlier it was included under Sterculia villosa. We have in the wilderness in Jammu Shivaliks, Sterculia villosa, locally called as Uddan or Oud, used as fodder tree and also named as elephant rope tree. It yields fiber, but this particular tree is now separated, segregated from Stercolia, now placed in its own genus Pterygota. Its seeds are winged and they are arranged in two series inside the Buddhi capsule. This is a tree which is also having some edible qualities. So it is the tree again native to India.